Here we go. As promised, the 15k Q&A. Don't think it's going to take very long. Don't think I got as many questions as I was perhaps expecting or hoping for, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go in order of questions received. So if I leave you to last, then it's nothing personal. It's just the way that they're going to come up. I haven't actually read any of these questions except from the first one because it was left on my Sean Reinert video, because at the end of that video, I teased that I was probably going to do a Q&A when I hit 15k subscribers. I then did, and someone left a comment on that video with a question in it saying that they wanted this to go towards the Q&A if I do one, which I am now doing. So now that that's all cleared up, I'm going to find the comment and we'll begin. So the first comment came from Margot, who says, "Hi Matt, my t-shirt is black." That's because I did a weird intro in that video where I was wearing a new t-shirt. It was a bright yellow knocked loose t-shirt, and I really like it. So I was like, look at my cool t-shirt, and I asked people what t-shirt they were wearing. Really pathetic intro. Anyway, thanks for the videos. Please do Q&A. Here we go. Here's my questions. How many drum kits do you own? 2. Do you play or teach other instruments? Do you get a lot of new students from your videos, as that seemed your original intent when starting? So yeah, 2 drum kits, that one, the Alesis, and then back at my mum's house, I have a Yamaha Stage Custom, which I love, but I live in London, she does not, and I can't really have an acoustic kit up here. I have a plan, a short/long-term plan to bring that kit, or at least get another acoustic kit within my own studio up here. More on that maybe in a couple of weeks' time, but yeah, 2 for now. I don't play or teach any other instruments. I've always been intrigued to learn bass for some reason, but I can't play guitar to save my life. I can't really do anything else. So that's a no on that one. And do I get a lot of new students from my videos, as that seemed your original intent? Absolutely right. It was my original intent. Has it worked? No, if I'm perfectly honest. I've had a fair few inquiries, and I guess because of COVID and things like that, it's been a bit difficult to actually go ahead with them. But yeah, I haven't had as many as I was perhaps hoping. I did start this channel as like a marketing thing to try and find more students once I'd moved to London, and it kind of hasn't panned out that way, and now I'm just a reacting person. But hey ho, thanks for your comment, Margot. Nice one to kick us off. So the next thing was I did a community post, which I don't know how these things work. I don't know how they show up. I never see other people's, so I don't know if they're that reliable, which is why I also made the quick 1-minute video that went up shortly after the community post. But it did get 2 comments. The first one is from Aryan Drums, who says, "For how many years have you been playing the drums? Also, did you give any Trinity grade exams like Rock and Pop or Guildhall?" Did I give any exam? I haven't. No, I've not been an examiner. I have done Trinity, but I haven't been an examiner, but I've done Trinity up to grade 8. If you did, what did you do after completing grade 8? Well, nothing until I started doing this, to be honest. Started teaching a little bit here and there, like friends and family, things like that, and then decided I wanted to give it a red hot crack doing it properly. Started this channel to try and do a bit of marketing, and yeah, that's kind of what I did after grade 8, if you like. And I'd also like to join a band, but I don't know any musicians. How many years have I been playing? God, I'm 26. So technically, I guess about 13 years, I think. 12, 13 years. With a bit of a break. I sort of started playing and then took a break and got back into it properly when I was about 16, and kind of gone from there. So properly 10 years. From day one, about 13 years. Next comment from Jack Dixon. Who inspired you to become a drummer? Any particular style to better at? Who made you want to start YouTube? Not sure about the second question, but who inspired you to become a drummer? Probably Joey Jordison, to be honest. I remember hearing Duality and Before I Forget when I was probably about 11, 12 years old, and just thinking it was the most insane thing I'd ever heard. And yeah, Joey Jordison is probably the outright answer. Any particular style to better at? If you're asking me what I need to get better at in terms of styles, I would probably say just jazz. Not very good at jazz drumming. Not bad at sort of rock, metal and hip hop, but yeah, I'd like to get better at jazz. And who made me want to start YouTube? So the videos that I made years ago of me playing in my bedroom on not the Yamaha kit, I had another really cheap rubbish, like second or third hand budget kit that I played on. Those videos, one of which I reacted to a couple of weeks ago, I was inspired by Luke Holland. Luke Holland was a guy in his bedroom playing drums, absolutely killing it. I thought, I'm a guy, I have a bedroom, I have drums, let's see if I can build up a following like he did. And it didn't quite pan out. I was very spotty with my uploads. I would do like one every 6 to 8 months, which wasn't very good. They were really poorly edited and poorly filmed. So yeah, it's no surprise really that they never caught on. In terms of these videos, like the reactions and stuff, I would say Garrett Miller is probably my biggest inspiration, if you like, in that sense, because I saw how well his channel was doing. Really likable, really funny guy. And I saw it as, like I said kind of a second ago, I saw it as a marketing technique, saw it as an idea to kind of run with, and I sort of forgot that YouTube is global, and actually the vast majority of my viewers are either from the USA or from like Asia. So there's no chance I'll be teaching those guys anytime soon. I need to have more UK viewers. But yeah, I would say Garrett Miller is the answer for that second part. So Luke Holland for actually playing and uploading covers, and then for uploading reactions, Garrett Miller. Okay, now on to the comments on the Q&A video next week video. Oh, Aryan Drums left the same thing. That's fine, we just answered that. Lightning Bolt says, what is the hardest metal song to play on drums? It's a good question. I don't know, I'm not sure if I can answer that, to be honest. Because of the varying styles of metal, so you've got technical metal, so bands like North Lane or Periphery. I say technical, like tech metal, like genty kind of stuff, Meshuggah to an extent. That's difficult because you have to remember like rhythms and patterns, but technically they're not that hard. It's not like there's rudiments all over the place, it's just remembering patterns, so they're quite difficult. Then you have Animals as Leaders, the heavier side of that, which is just basically impossible. I would say the hardest song for me, metal song, would probably be a Pantera song. Just Vinnie Paul has a way of playing which I find difficult to replicate, as you might see in a few weeks' time. But yeah, tough question. Hopefully that goes some way to answering it. My next question comes from Joe Walsh. How do you cope with hemorrhoids sitting on a drum stool for so long? Not very well. Thanks, Joe. Thanks. Next, Ugly Pineapple. Thanks, mate. Your opinion on swivel? I like swivel. I try and do it myself. Spencer Moore, I think he's great. Tech Death, some of it, I'm into it. And my fave stick, heavy or lighter? When I was younger, lighter sticks all day long. As I've progressed, I prefer somewhat heavier sticks, but then again, I kind of go straight down the middle. I just use 5Bs. So these, for example, the ProMark Fire Grain, these are actually 5As. I tend to go 5A or 5B. Just nice middle ground. Feel like you can't go wrong. They are my favourite stick just because they look gorgeous. I don't just have the Fire Grains, I have other ProMark sticks that I like a lot. So ProMark, if you're watching, hit me up. An Ugly Pineapple says, using Vic Firth's classic metal with nylon tip for 2 years, they don't even feel heavy anymore. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever used those myself. I personally hate nylon tip drums. I think they, when you're trying to play soft notes on the ride, for example, I think they make it sound hideous. But each to their own. If you're enjoying them, then you carry on, my friend. If not, then I don't know, go for something non-nylon tip would be my suggestion. Up to you. Aryan Drums, yet again, with the same question. We've already answered that. The next comment comes from Skin Deep, who says, which drummers inspired you when you first started to learn drums? So Joey Jordison, who I said, and then so when I first started to learn I really cannot think of anyone other than just Joey Jordison, to be perfectly honest. But then as I got more into it, so kind of like I said earlier, that second phase when I turned like 16, 17, I would say Matt Nichols from Bring Me the Horizon, Dan Searle from Architects, who else? Luke Holland, as always. Luke Holland's easily one of the biggest inspirations throughout my life. Yeah, hope that's enough. Skin Deep, by the way, for those who don't know, is my sister's channel. I'll move to the side, and what do you think? Do we look alike? Do we look similar? I don't know. I don't see it. What do you guys think? The next comment is from Amy Napier. What made you want to start playing the drums? Love your channel, thank you. I don't remember. So I actually, I thought this question might come up. So I texted my dad because he took me to my first drum lessons. And I asked him, and he can't remember either, which is helpful. Basically, he bought me a kit for Christmas one year, which was the Yamaha kit that I still have. And shortly after that, I started having lessons. I had lessons for probably the best part of a year, maybe slightly longer. But yeah, all I really remember is walking into the music shop / lesson space, place called 4-4 in Hampshire in the UK, although it's not there anymore, so I don't know why I'm telling you that. But yeah, I just remember walking in, seeing a load of drums and guitars and thinking, well, I don't want to play guitar, I want to play drums, and it's kind of going from there. But yeah, I don't remember why. He doesn't remember why. Apparently I used to tap a lot as a child, just tapping things, and I liked rhythm, so maybe that has something to do with it, just kind of innately. But yeah, I don't know, unfortunately. The next question comes from Piotr Gizchak. I'm going to have a stab at that. Who says, if you could go back in time, would you change anything in your process of drum learning that you've gone through? Great question. Phenomenal question. Two things immediately spring to mind. One, I wish I'd learned to read music from the start. And two, I wish I'd branched out in styles, because even today I'm pretty good at like metalcore drumming, which is why I managed to bash out that North Lane cover yesterday. The song had been out about 4 or 5 hours, and I managed to cover it almost perfectly, which I was quite happy with. But I am so sort of versed within that style of music, like hardcore, metalcore, that I very much default to it when I'm playing any style of music. If I get to a point where I think, oh, I'll improvise here, I usually do a metalcore style fill-in or something, or groove, whatever it would be. So yeah, I definitely wish I had branched out more musically when I was younger, when I was learning. But I guess that comes from being somewhat self-taught. So as I say, I had those first few, or like that first year worth of lessons where I learned the basics and kind of how to just play and structure songs and things like that. But then in terms of actually learning and teaching myself from that point onwards, it was just through music I listened to, which was Bring Me the Horizon, Architects, as I said earlier, Parkway Drive, bands like Woe Is Me and The Word Alive from like 2010. So yeah, I wish I'd branched out more, because that style of music is very much within my like drumming DNA, which is fine, but it would have been better to branch out for sure. Pal Stow just says, congrats, you have a fun and informative channel. Thank you. Only 3 questions left. Looks like they're going to be quite quick ones. Sam Ricard says, what is the hardest song you have learnt on drums? A complete song from end to end, I would say Animals as Leaders, Physical Education. It took me forever to learn. And then songs that I've learnt in parts would probably just again be Animals as Leaders songs. But then just to give a more rounded answer, because Physical Education, if I sat down to play it now, I would probably mess parts up. I need to have that song very much like within my recent memory to play it well. But a song that I could just sit down and maybe give a 99% accurate rendition of, just like that, would probably be... I'm going to say a song that no one's probably heard of, which is it's a song called Hook, Line and Sinner by the now split up metalcore, to the surprise of absolutely no one, band Texas in July. So Texas in July, Hook, Line and Sinner. It was a song I heard when I was probably about 16, 17 years old, was blown away by how technical it was, and it's a song that I always wanted. Like, that was a benchmark for me. I was like, I want to be able to play this song one day, and now I pretty much can. So that's my answer. Isabella Lietica says, do you follow Christina Schiano? Yes, I do. Nice, easy one. And then Dingleberry says, how do you write North Lane details? This will be Zach. So Zach actually sent me a DM on Instagram, and we've been conversing over email. So I'm helping him out with that one, or trying to, because God, that song is difficult to notate. But I think that's everything. Thanks for your questions, everyone. I might do another one of these when I hit 30. If I hit 30k. But yeah, I'd like to make the channel a bit more personality based, to do things like this in the future, because as much as I love talking about other drummers, I feel like the longevity is I need you guys to like me, not just the drummers I'm talking about. So maybe we'll get there one day, who knows. But thank you all. If you left a comment, really appreciate it. Even if you didn't leave a comment and you're watching this video, if you're one of those people who just lurks, watches all the videos but never comments, thanks anyway. You know, your support means the same. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are all safe and well. I'll see you soon for something, who knows. And yeah, bye.